There are 12 foods that you should steer clear of since they are depleting your kidneys. It is common practice for medical professionals to offer cautions regarding foods that are harmful to the liver, stomach, and heart. Nevertheless, what about your kidneys? Due to the fact that the food you consume is probably not good for your kidneys, do you ever give any thought to the possibility that your routines are having an effect on them? Did you know that there are approximately 30 million people in the United States who are struggling with chronic kidney disease? If you have kidney disease, it is extremely important to reduce the amount of salt, potassium, and phosphorus that you consume in your own body. Let's talk about some meals that are now causing damage to your kidneys to the point where they are unhealthy. But before we get into the foods, let's spend some time discussing the kidneys and the reasons why they are so important. In your body, the kidneys that are currently undergoing the process of shaping serve an important role. Among the many vital functions that the kidneys are responsible for are the filtration of blood, the elimination of waste through the creation of urine, the secretion of hormones, the regulation of minerals, and the maintenance of fluid balance. There is a vast range of possible reasons why a person could experience renal failure. Both hypertension and diabetes that is not under control are the most prevalent. Waste materials and extra fluid can accumulate in the body when the kidneys are damaged and unable to filter the blood adequately. This can lead to a number of health problems. If, on the other hand, one adheres to a diet that is kidney-friendly and avoids or restricts certain foods, it may be able to improve kidney function and prevent further damage. Now that we have that out of the way, let's shift our focus to the harmful foods that are causing your kidneys to become sick. First and foremost, avocados. Avocados will be relatively close to the top of practically every list of foods that are recommended to be healthy. Studies have revealed that avocados are abundant in healthy fats, fiber, and antioxidants, which contribute to their many health benefits. Avocados also feature a significant amount of fiber. However, despite the fact that they have a delicious flavor, you should usually steer clear of them if you have kidney problems. If you suffer from renal illness, you should always pay particular attention to the amount of potassium you consume. Let's put this into perspective by dissecting it into its component parts. An individual who has kidneys that are in good health should consume 4,700 milligrams of potassium on a daily basis. Nevertheless, if you are having discomfort in your kidneys, you should make adjustments to the diet that you are following. The range of 15 to 120 to 700 milligrams is considered to be healthy. The consumption of avocados and other foods that are high in potassium must be restricted as a result of this. For every single avocado, there is approximately 700 milligrams of potassium that may be detected. The consumption of avocados is still permissible for those who have kidney illness, even if they are required to lower their potassium intake by ingesting only 1/4 of the fruit in comparison to tomatoes. Tomatoes are another example of a fruit that may not be appropriate for the renal diet due to the high calcium and potassium content that they contain. They can be used in a variety of ways in the cooking, including being delicious when raw in a stew or in a sauce. On the other hand, just 1 cup of tomato sauce may contain as much as 728 milligrams of potassium within its contents. There is a wide variety of cuisines that rely heavily on tomatoes, but it is not difficult to find a great alternative. In the end, the answer to the question of which low-potassium alternative you choose will be determined by your own particular tastes. The potassium content of tomato sauce is significant, yet roasted red pepper sauce can be just as delicious and has fewer calories than tomato sauce. In the third place, spinach. It is difficult to conceive that the spinach Popeye A to bulk up could give such a significant amount of harm to individuals who suffer from kidney illness. There is a possibility that this is due to the fact that oxalates are a naturally occurring substance that can be found in a wide variety of meals. Considering that calcium oxalates make up 80% of kidney stones, it is recommended that those who suffer from kidney stones consume between 40 and 50 milligrams of oxalates on a daily basis. What exactly is the connection between spinach and this? It is recommended that you refrain from consuming spinach because a single serving of spinach contains approximately 100 milligrams. Additionally, spinach has a notable amount of potassium in its composition. To put that into perspective, 1 cup of spinach has anything from 136 to 290 milligrams of potassium. Some of the volume of leafy greens that are consumed raw is lost when they are cooked, but the potassium content of these veggies remains the same. Raw spinach can lose a significant amount of volume when it is cooked. As a result, the amount of potassium that is contained in a ½ cup of cooked spinach is much more than the amount that is found in raw spinach. It would appear that pickle jars are a common domestic household item when it comes to pickles. Prior to committing to a diet consisting solely of pickles, it is highly recommended that you first determine the state of your kidneys. As of this moment in time, instead of concentrating on potassium, let's look at sodium. Considering that the recommended daily intake of salt for a healthy adult is between 1,500 and 2,300 milligrams, you might be wondering how much salt is contained in a single pickle. Roughly 1,200 milligrams in total. That is up to 80% of the daily allowance that is suggested for you. Those foods that have been pickled or cured incorporate relish, pickles, and olives that have been processed. The process of curing or pickling often involves the application of a significant amount of salt. The consumption of a diet that is high in salt can lead to a number of health issues, including high blood pressure and kidney stones, to name just 2 of them. Staying away from the pickle jar is the best course of action. 5. Apricot. If you have the opportunity, you should never pass up the opportunity to sample some apricot oats. Copper, vitamin A, and vitamin C are all found in high concentrations in these irresistible fruits. Additionally, they contain a significant amount of potassium. A cup of fresh sliced apricots contains 427 milligrams of potassium. There are 427 milligrams in 1 cup. On the other hand, dried apricot oats have a potassium content of up to 1.5 grams per ounce. Therefore, if you are on a rental diet and need to adhere to a low potassium diet that requires you to consume 2,000 milligrams of potassium per day, having just 1 cup of dried apricots would suffice. The consumption of apricots, particularly dried apricots, should be avoided. Sweet potatoes and 6 potatoes are included. Potatoes and sweet potatoes are 2 examples of nutritious vegetables that contain potassium. 1 cooked potato of medium size has 610 milligrams of potassium, whereas a baked sweet potato of the same size contains just 542 milligrams of potassium. Potatoes are a good source of potassium. In a fortunate turn of events, the potassium content of vegetables such as potatoes and sweet potatoes can be reduced by soaking or leaching them. There have been a few studies that have demonstrated that cooking potatoes, particularly in cold water, can significantly lower the amount of potassium that they contain. It is also possible to reduce the amount of potassium in potatoes by as much as 20% by soaking them in water for 5 to 10 minutes. A procedure known as potassium leaching or the 2-cook method is used to accomplish this. Even after passing through 2 cooking processes, potatoes retain a certain amount of potassium. Nevertheless, even after being cooked twice, the content of this nutrient is lower than it was before. Because potatoes can still contain a significant amount of potassium, it is essential to limit the amount of potatoes that you consume. Not only do 7 sodas, and especially dark-colored sodas have compounds that contain phosphorus, but they also contain a significant amount of sugar and calories. Phosphorus is an essential nutrient for well-being in the human body. When it comes to the development of healthy bones and teeth, phosphorus, which accounts for only around 1% of your body weight, is absolutely necessary. Between 800 to 1200 milligrams is the recommended daily intake range for an adult who is in good health. The use of added phosphorus in excessive quantities, on the other hand, is detrimental to one's health. The amount of additive phosphorus that is typically included in a can of Coca-Cola can range anywhere from 50 to 100 milligrams. Phosphorus that is found in food is not as easily absorbed by your body as phosphorus that is contained in artificial sources. Furthermore, in contrast to phosphorus that is produced naturally, phosphorus that is obtained from additions is not bound to proteins. In contrast, the body is able to readily absorb it due to the fact that it is present in salt. On product labels, phosphorus additions are frequently included as an ingredient. There are a variety of meals that contain phosphorus as an ingredient. However, the precise quantity of phosphorus that is utilized is not required to be revealed to the customers. You should exercise caution if you consume a lot of soda. 8 oranges in all. With regard to this list, I am aware that we appear to be off to a poor start. Oranges are a fruit that will appeal to almost everyone. On the other hand, the high potassium content of citrus fruits may have a detrimental effect on the health of renal patients who are attempting to maintain a healthy weight. Chronic renal disease is characterized by a number of symptoms, one of which is the accumulation of potassium and other minerals in the blood. It is possible for this orange juice to cause heart difficulties because it has approximately 458 milligrams of potassium per 8-ounce serving, whereas an orange contains approximately 330 milligrams of potassium. Grapes, apples, and cranberries, as well as their juices, are good replacements for oranges and orange juice due to their reduced potassium concentration, which is helpful to the kidneys. If you ask me, 1 glass of orange juice in the morning does not do much to satisfy my thirst. 9 loaves of bread made with whole wheat. It's possible that people who have kidney diseases aren't aware of which type of bread is best for them. At this point in time, it appears that any type of bread is preferable than white bread. Whole wheat bread seems to contain a greater quantity of vitamins and minerals than white bread. The fact that whole wheat bread contains a higher percentage of fiber suggests that it may be healthier. White bread, on the other hand, is significantly more popular than whole wheat bread. The individuals who suffer from kidney illness. This is because of the high concentrations of potassium and phosphorus in the water. Approximately 75 milligrams of phosphorus and 69 milligrams of potassium can be found in a single slice of whole wheat bread. The phosphorus and potassium content of breads rise in proportion to the amount of bran and whole grains that are present in the bread. One sandwich contains 150 milligrams of phosphorus and 138 milligrams of potassium, and that's before we even add the meat. This is the amount of phosphorus and potassium that you need to consume. The average slice of white bread, on the other hand, has approximately 29 milligrams of phosphorus and 10 bananas worth of potassium. If you have kidney illness that is chronic, it is absolutely necessary for you to cut back on the quantity of potassium that you consume in your diet. According to what we talked about, blood filtration is the major function of the kidneys, and waste products are eliminated through the removal of waste through the urine. Similarly, potassium is a good example. One of the most well-known sources of potassium in the diet is the banana, which is a source of considerable concern. And one banana has approximately 422 milligrams of potassium, according to some estimates. Due to the fact that bananas have a low calorie count and a fantastic flavor, people frequently consume many bananas at the same time. Aiming for a daily intake of at least 1,500 to 2,700 milligrams is recommended for individuals who suffer from kidney disease. Simply eating one banana can provide you with anywhere from 15 to 28% of the potassium that is recommended for you to consume on a daily basis. If you have been ordered to reduce the amount of potassium in your diet, but you have a habit of eating bananas, you could find it difficult to do so. The unfortunate reality is that a wide range of other tropical fruits are also affected by this issue. As a result of the presence of preservatives, processed meats have been widely viewed as harmful for quite some time. Pineapples, on the other hand, contain a significantly lower potassium content than the majority of other tropical fruits, and therefore can serve as a nutritious and delectable substitute for processed red meat. The term processed meats refers to meats that have been preserved by the use of one or more of these techniques. A significant amount of sodium is typically added to processed meats for the purpose of enhancing flavor and preserving the meat. It may be challenging to keep your daily salt consumption to less than 2,300 milligrams if you consume a lot of processed meat that is high in sodium content. The protein content of processed meats is likewise quite high. It is a good idea to restrict the amount of processed meats you consume if you have been instructed to reduce the amount of protein you consume. Individuals with kidney illness who ingested processed red meat on a regular basis had a threefold increased chance of developing kidney failure in comparison to individuals whose diets comprised of fresh vegetables. This category includes a variety of meats, including bacon, pepperoni, jerky, sausages, and hot dogs, among others. There are a lot of vitamins and minerals in dairy products, according to 12 Dairy. To add insult to injury, they are naturally abundant in protein and are an excellent source of phosphate and potassium. Every cup of whole milk contains around 320 milligrams of potassium and approximately 200 milligrams of phosphorus. On the other hand, people who have kidney disease should limit their consumption of dairy products and other foods that are high in phosphorus because these foods can be harmful to bone health. This is because it is commonly recommended that individuals consume milk and other dairy products in order to keep their bones and muscles in good condition. A high phosphorus intake, on the other hand, can cause a buildup of phosphorus in the blood, which in turn takes calcium away from the bones when the kidneys are damaged. This may come as a surprise to those who consume a lot of phosphorus in their diet. As time progressed, bone loss and an increased risk of fractures are also potential outcomes of this condition. Dairy products also have a high protein level in such goods. To put that into perspective, 1 cup of whole milk has close to 8 grams of protein. By preventing the accumulation of waste proteins in the bloodstream, on a rental diet, you might need to reduce your usage of dairy products such as enriched rice milk and almond milk. Or you could need to switch to dairy substitutes that can be substituted for cow's milk due to the lower levels of potassium, phosphorus, and protein that they contain. If you are dealing with kidneys that are not in good health, you may be wondering what kinds of food selections are beneficial. Allow me to present a few possibilities. Because it may be challenging to adhere to the limits of a vegetarian diet, it is important to find meals that are healthy for persons who have kidney illness. On the other hand, you can still maintain a healthy diet while on a rental diet, and there are a lot of tasty just meals that are kidney-friendly. In the interest of making things easier for you, we have included the delicious suggestions provided by the National Kidney Foundation in the description of the film. Individuals who suffer from chronic renal illness will find these solutions to be suitable. A few examples of such selections include chicken noodle soup and baked salmon accompanied by roasted asparagus. The third option is chicken fajitas for Cobb salad. You can make any required adjustments to accommodate your own preferences and needs. All of these recipes, as well as others, are described in the video description that can be seen below. A nutritionist who is available for rent can also assist you in reviving your diet by providing you with meals that are kidney-friendly. Now that you are aware of the foods that need to be avoided if you have kidney illness, in the first place, let's talk about the ways in which you can maintain the health of your kidneys. Give these tried and true recommendations a shot. Begin by consuming a lot of water. Every day, it is commonly recommended that you drink 8 glasses of water. However, there is no scientific evidence to support this practice. You will be more likely to remember to drink water throughout the day if you take that target and make it a goal for yourself. With the help of water, sodium and toxins are flushed out of the kidneys, which is beneficial to the kidneys. Regular consumption of water is beneficial to the kidneys. Additionally, it lessens the probability of developing chronic renal disease through its effects. Attempt to consume between 1.5 and 2 liters of water on a daily basis. The amount of water that you need to drink is mostly decided by your own personal health and the way that you live your life. When planning your daily water consumption, you should take into consideration your climate, the amount of physical activity you engage in, your gender, your overall health, and whether or not you are pregnant or breastfeeding while making your decision. It may be beneficial for individuals who have a history of kidney stones to increase their fluid intake in order to lower the chance of developing new stones and increase their ability to control their sugar levels. It is not uncommon for people who have diabetes or other diseases that cause their blood sugar levels to rise to experience kidney damage. When the cells in your body are unable to make use of the glucose or sugar that is present in your blood, your kidneys have to exert more effort in order to filter your blood. This has the potential to prove lethal after years of laborious effort. On the other hand, if you are able to keep your blood sugar under control, you can reduce the likelihood of experiencing difficulties. Early discovery has a number of advantages, one of which is that immediate medical care can limit or avoid additional injury. Keeping your body busy is the third one. It is possible that regular exercise can reduce the risk of developing chronic kidney disease, which is just one of the many benefits of regular exercise together with weight loss. It is also capable of assisting in the reduction of blood pressure and the improvement of heart health, both of which are essential in the prevention of renal issues. Even if you don't ever run a marathon, you can still get the benefits of maintaining a healthy lifestyle. In addition to walking, other activities that are beneficial to one's health include jogging, cycling, and even dancing. Spend some time having fun as you keep yourself occupied. When it comes to maintaining a healthy weight, it will be less of a struggle to stick to the plan and achieve success. People who are overweight or obese have a higher risk of developing a number of diseases and conditions that can cause severe damage to the kidneys. There are many examples, but some of them include diabetes, cardiovascular illness, and kidney disease. If you consume a diet that is healthful, well-balanced, and contains fewer processed meats and foods that are high in sodium, you may be able to reduce the likelihood that you will develop kidney disease. A diet rich in fresh produce, fruits, and grains that are naturally low in salt, such as salmon, blueberries, cauliflower, and whole grains, should be consumed in large quantities. The fifth step is to keep an eye on your blood pressure. There is a possibility that excessive blood pressure will cause harm to the kidneys. When combined with other health conditions, such as diabetes, heart disease, or high cholesterol, the effects of high blood pressure on the body may be significantly more severe than they would be otherwise. There is a possibility that you will be able to lower your blood pressure by making modifications to your current lifestyle and diet. The monitoring of blood pressure on a regular basis, modifications to lifestyle, as well as maybe medication, are all topics that you should explore with your physician. 6 of them gave up smoking. There is a negative impact on the blood vessels in your body when you smoke. As a consequence, the kidneys and the rest of the body receive less blood than they would otherwise. Another risk factor that contributes to the development of kidney cancer is smoking. By giving up smoking, you can lessen the risk that you are exposed to. On the other hand, it will be a very long time before your risk level is comparable to that of someone who has never smoked. We owe a significant amount of our health to the foods that we consume on a daily basis, ranging from foods that cleanse the liver to a desire for a diet that does not contain any sugar. Are you seeking for other videos that are related to food? Here are a few more that you should check out. Check out these 5 meals that are good for the liver. You might also try these 14 foods that are the healthiest. Neither carbohydrates nor sugar are present. Have a look at either one, or even better, both of them. What kinds of foods are you going to steer clear of in order to protect your kidneys? Provide your feedback in the comments section below. If you love this video, please like and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you in the next video.